because a million years is how long it takes for comets to make their way into our solar system. And in July 1994, one smashed straight into Jupiter, drawn in by its immense gravity. These blurred photographs reveal a colossal explosion. It covered an area bigger than our entire planet. If Jupiter hadn't intercepted that comet, if it had hit the Earth instead, it could have been the end of us. I told you we were lucky. And it's not just that Jupiter saved us 6 years ago, it has saved us thousands of times. It's been doing so since the dawn of our solar system. Without Jupiter, life on Earth would never even have got started. Remember all those asteroids in the early solar system? Back then, there were so many of them flying around that life couldn't even get started. What changed that was Jupiter. Its powerful gravity sucks in anything that comes too close. You're watching at 1 million years per second. Jupiter made life on Earth possible. It drew the asteroids' fire and shielded our planet. It's still catching asteroids today.
If you were to be standing in a southwestern direction in the Everglades, this is the type of sky you would see. Now, it is a beautiful starry night, as we've seen many in the Everglades, but it does not seem that there is anything particular about this sky at all. If I was to tell you that there are constellations veiled behind this dark canvas of heaven, you would not be able to notice them. Neither would I. After all, I'm not a professional astronomer. That's why I rely on software like this that I'm using right here, Stellarium, to figure out a little bit about the heavens and help me advance my research for this presentation. So, if we would see the date, I have projected the date to be the night of Thanksgiving at 8 o'clock p.m. I want you to pay particular attention to this bright object in the sky. This bright object in the sky is very relevant to our whole presentation, to our Greek and Roman myths, to Thanksgiving, and to mankind's survival as a whole. Let's see a little bit more of why. As I was talking about the constellations, there are constellations behind the skies, and it will help us to have a little visual on what those constellations are. We see these fine lines traced in the heavens, however, we cannot tell precisely, if we're not professionals at this, which constellations these are. So let's get a little bit more help from this software. And we see a host of constellations right here. We have Aquarius, we have Pisces, we have Capricorn, and we have another set of minor constellations. Now, again, I underscore the importance of this bright object right near the constellation of Capricornus. And by the way, Capricornus is what we know as the constellation of Capricorn. That was the name given to this constellation by the Romans. However, the Greeks had already discovered this constellation and traced its fine lines in heaven. They did not have specific names for the constellations, but they gave them names of animals, and in this case, Capricornus would be the goat. Bearing that in mind, Let's see what this bright object I've been talking so much about is. And we see that it is actually not a star, but a planet. And not just any planet, it is the planet Jupiter, right there touching the constellation of Capricornus. Now, what is the importance of this to our myth, to our Thanksgiving, to our symbol of cornucopia? Well, this is how the ancients found their ways, veiled in, veiled in allegories and illustrated by symbols, a tale of an astrological event. And this astrological event is important to us because we know at this time, when Jupiter crosses the constellation of Capricorn, it is a time to reap what we have sowed throughout the year and enjoy the riches of a whole full year of work before the winter, darkness, and death become about us.